Hey, what's good guys? Hyperkind here, doing another unboxing, and today is March 3rd. It is Switch Day, and I have here a brand new Nintendo Switch, and we're going to be doing an unboxing. To those of you who don't know what the Switch is, this is the brand new console that Nintendo just released today. Designed very similar to a tablet, along with some little side controllers, as you can see on the back image right here. Very cool. I've had this for a couple of hours already, and I have been really excited to break this open. So with that being said, we're gonna stop talking and we're gonna get right into this unboxing. So let's do this. Okay, so let's break this open. So we're gonna get this flap. So once you open it up, before you even get into the open up the box, I'm gonna hide the serial number on the system just in case. So we have our instructions right on the front flap, so you can't even miss it. So once you open it up, boom, you got the instructions. All right, and once you open it up, you're presented with the system there. This is it. So okay, I'm looking at this now, and this is a lot smaller than I was expecting. I was honestly expecting this to be a lot bigger. Holy crap, this is tiny. All right, so we're gonna take this out of the box. We're gonna put this down. And here we have the Joy-Con controllers. So we have our left and right. And that's it. That's everything that you're first presented with when you open up the box. And let's take a look at what's underneath here. So we have our documentation. We've got an HDMI cable, our power charger, which the one thing that I really love about this is that Nintendo decided to go with a USB Type-C connection for this, which is really cool. Glad to see that they're stepping it up and helping to further push ahead the advancement of USB Type-C. We have our Joy-Con grip. So I did purchase the Pro controller, so I'm not gonna have to use this controller, but this is kind of cool to have. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This one does not charge the controllers though, which is kind of junk. But then I'm guessing there's actually some little LED light indicators on the side here, so you'll be able to see the power levels of the controller as you're using them. Here we have our Joy-Con, the controller grips. So if you detach it from your system, you're actually able to slide these on, and they make it slightly larger and give you access to the top shoulder buttons. So we've got two of these for the left and right controllers. And here, the last thing that is inside the box, this is the docking station for the Switch. And this is it. So we have the Nintendo Switch with the logo printed out on the front. It's a plastic dock. It's very simple. You just drop the Switch right inside, and that's it. It connects, and you're good to go. And on the back here, we've got a little plastic flap, and we have ports for our HDMI, USB port, where you'd be able to use a USB adapter or something like that, and the port for the AC adapter, which is once again the USB Type-C. And that's it. So, I mean, it's not much to the system. Okay, so we're gonna put the box away on the side here, and let's take a look at the Joy-Con grips first. So these are the Joy-Con controller grips. These go on the side of the Switch console. You can actually slide them down. We'll go over that as well too. But then this is it. It feels in hand, holding it for the size of my hands, it feels really good. Left and right, it's pretty, dropped it already. Way to go. So we've got an analog stick. We've got 4 controller buttons. We have a share button, a home button, and then this also has a plus and minus buttons to indicate the left and right side. And then you can also, they're usable buttons as well. And then we have 2 trigger buttons. So we have a R and then a ZR and an L and a ZL. And that's it to this. So let's take a look at attaching the controller grip to the Joy-Con. So let's take a look. So without looking at anything, we're gonna line up plus to plus and just make sure that we are doing this correctly. And it goes right onto the rail and slides in with a very nice and satisfying click. Ooh, that does feel okay. All right, this ain't too bad. When you are using the controller, it is kind of weird with the spacing of how far over the Joy-Con are for this controller. It's like right at the center of the pad, and then you have the buttons there, compared to this one where it's spaced out more to the left, more like a standard controller, which is pretty weird. But I mean, on the other hand, it ain't too bad. And then so when you're removing the controller slide, there's a lock button back here. You hold that down and okay. Oh, that does feel kind of weird. Okay, so one thing I also did notice too, on the slide grip attachment thing, there is, what is this lock? Is this just for, well, I'm looking at it, but then this right here, it says lock. I don't know if that actually helps to like additionally secure if it's just for the strap, or if it's like an additional slide lock attachment, which I'm gonna have to look more into that later on. But that's it. So sliding these on, I'm probably never gonna use these. Once again, I do have the Pro controller, so these will just most likely sit in the box and not do anything. And the final thing here, oh man, and this is it. There's the camera. This is the Nintendo Switch. So very tiny. It reminds me of like an Amazon Fire tablet, to be 100% honest. It's insane at just how small this is, and I now see that I'm gonna want to get some kind of protection for this, or possibly just never take it out of the dock. At the top here, we have our power button, our volume buttons for when it's not docked. I'm guessing this is a vent for the system itself. We have our headset plug and our game card. So if y'all don't know, one cool thing about the Switch is that they decided to go back to game cartridges itself. So unless you're going to be buying things digitally, everything is going to be on a card, just like the 3DS. Unfortunately, this cannot use the 3DS games. And looking at the bottom of the system, or at the back of it first, we have our ports for sound, and then then we also have a little kickstand. God, I swear, not having fingernails right now, being so inconvenient. Let's see. Phone, stop buzzing. I hear you. Can't answer you right now. There we go. But yeah, so there is a little kickstand, and underneath here, let's see if I can get it closer, we actually have a slot. That's where our micro SD card is going to go. For the Switch, the micro SD card, I believe, can go up to 2 terabytes theoretically, but max size that's out right now is 256, which luckily enough, thanks because I love to purchase cell phones, I got this from the failed Galaxy Note. So memory-wise, I'm taken care of. I'm good to go. And then at the very bottom of the system, we're just going to cover this up, we have our USB Type-C port, which is going to be used for charging. So overall, like first impressions of the system, this is very nice. Now, sliding this into the dock, we're just going to see if we can get that. It's a very nice and solid click. I really love that. So when it's in there, you know it's in there. You hear the snap, you feel it, and that's it. So this is what the system looks like with the Joy-Con controllers attached to the Switch itself. And when you're sliding it into the dock itself, so all you do is drop it down, pop it in. There is not a lot of force needed to attach it to the USB Type-C port. I do feel that I'm going to want to get screen protector. Actually, I have a screen protector. It's in one of these bags over here. Because it's when you're sliding it in, it actually goes up against like plastic rails as well. And just out of pure paranoia, I'm going to want to be sure that the screen itself cannot get scratched. All right. But guys, that is it. That is everything that is inside the Nintendo Switch box. So we have the system with our left and right Joy-Con. We have our docking station. We've got the USB Type-C power adapter, HDMI cable, the stock Joy-Con grip, which hopefully, unless you're playing with friends and you only have one Pro controller and you don't want your friends to use that controller, you'll give them that with the Joy-Con, which is kind of mean, but it has to be done. And then we also have our left and right Joy-Con controller grips. I honestly don't know what they're called. I don't have 1-2 switch, so I'm probably never gonna have any use for these. Yeah, that's it. Alright guys, that is going to be wrapping up this very quick unboxing for the Nintendo Switch. I do wish that I could have made this a little bit longer. However, I also want to do an unboxing for the special edition of Zelda Breath of the Wild and get everything hooked up and start playing, because I have been looking forward to this quite a while. I've had that itch to get a new gadget for a little bit, and I do feel that this is going to tide me over for a little bit. Unfortunately, from reports that I've heard, the Switch menu, it does feel there's not a lot available at the moment, so I'm gonna have to be content with Bomberman and Breath of the Wild to hold me over for like a month or so until more titles start coming out that I'm gonna want to pick up. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap this up. If you have any questions about the Switch itself or any comments or anything, please post up in the comment section below. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button as well. And I just want to thank you guys for checking out this video. And as always, I'll see you on the next video. Laters, guys.
Alright, kick back, relax, and grab yourself a beverage. Or hop if you want to just bounce to my leverage. The evidence, as they say, is in the pudding. So show me the money like